There'll always be some critic who writes an article saying, Elon promised this would happen, and it didn't. He's a fraud and a fool. It is incredibly annoying when that occurs. We're already seeing this play out with the Model 2. Someone claimed Musk had overpromised once more, suggesting his words would just fade like another news headline. But what those critics failed to see is that Tesla was never seeking applause. It was quietly rewriting the rules. While the rest of the world mocked the timelines, the engineering labs were tearing down old blueprints, completely rebuilding the Model 2 into something truly unprecedented. It's smarter due to AI, safer through better design, and ready to break the $25,000 price barrier without shattering consumer trust. Every change that once looked like a delay is now connecting like a perfectly tuned machine. If you're watching this, you're not here for mere rumors. You're here for concrete proof. This is AUO Fusion, where every update is meaningful and every rumor is backed by solid data. Let's get to 8280 subscribers who prefer facts over all the noise. Hit that button and let's clarify what absolutely nobody has understood about the Tesla Model 2 today. 1. How can Grok 5 completely redesign the Model 2 from the ground up? For the Model 2, cost control and scalability are the most important things. And Elon Musk is clearly indicating that artificial intelligence will be absolutely central to this entire process. This week, he stated that xAI, the AI startup he launched in March 2023, now has a real chance of achieving artificial general intelligence with its upcoming large language model, Grok 5. That comment came right after Grok 4's excellent performance on the ARC-AGI benchmark, where it surpassed rivals like OpenAI's ChatGPT in both problem-solving and open program synthesis. While most analysts focused on what this means for the global AI race, Musk's much bigger strategy is how Grok 5 could feed directly into Tesla's design and production pipeline. The Model 2 is expected to launch in 2026 at a price point of approximately $25,000, which is nearly half the cost of today's average EV, which stands at around $47,000 in the United States. To hit that target price, Tesla must significantly reduce engineering and production costs without compromising safety or functionality. Grok 5 could be the key to achieving exactly that. AI-driven optimization can streamline everything from the use of materials to crash test simulations, accelerating processes that have historically taken many years and cost hundreds of millions of dollars. For perspective, batteries alone account for 30% to 40% of an EV's cost structure. If Grok 5 can assist in fundamentally rethinking the pack geometry, weight distribution, or even the software-managed safety systems, Tesla could maintain strong performance while pushing the total vehicle cost down to mass-market levels. But Grok 5 could do something even more fundamental, completely change how Tesla validates structural integrity without needing physical prototypes. This is the part nobody truly realized. Traditional automakers typically run 40 to 60 crash tests for every new model, with each one costing between $150,000 and $300,000. If Grok 5 can simulate crash physics with 95% accuracy, matching what industry leaders like Ansys or Siemens SimCenter already do, but do it faster and fully integrated with Tesla's manufacturing data, the Model 2 could potentially skip half of those physical tests. That immediately translates to a $6 million to $9 million saving. More importantly, it compresses the validation timelines from the typical 18 months to potentially just 8 months. For a planned 2026 launch, that time compression is vital because Tesla is reportedly running behind on the unboxed assembly line setup at Gigafactory, Texas. If Grok 5 can validate design in parallel while production is ramping up, Tesla effectively buys back critical time without having to compromise safety certification. xAI has already proven it can move very quickly. In just over 2 years, Grok has been widely adopted by users on Musk's social platform X, and the company is scaling its Colossus supercomputer cluster in Memphis to train Grok 5 at an incredible speed. Musk himself has framed this speed advantage in military terms, referencing the SR-71 Blackbird, which was never shot down because its only strategy was to fly faster than anything else. Applied to Tesla, this philosophy could mean the Model 2 is developed and validated in record time. Using AI not merely as a simple support tool, but as a true design partner, the competition is actually moving faster than it appears. Chinese EV manufacturers like BYD are already using AI tools from Huawei and Alibaba Cloud to drastically shorten their design cycles, pushing out cars like the $9,700 Seagull in record time. If Tesla cannot match that speed, the Model 2 risks feeling outdated before it even launches. Grok 5 is about more than just efficiency. It is Tesla's strategic way to stay relevant, as Chinese brands released 47 new EV models in 2024 alone, compared to just 12 from Western automakers. The implications are completely clear. Instead of being remembered simply as the cheap Tesla, the Model 2 could become the first vehicle co-developed by Musk's own AI system, an EV that perfectly merges affordability with intelligence. If Grok 5 lives up to its massive expectations, the Model 2 will not just compete on price, but will completely redefine how smart, safe, and scalable a mass-market electric car can possibly be. Which area do you believe Grok 5 will have the biggest impact on the Model 2? Comment 1 for crash simulation, 2 for battery optimization, or 3 for manufacturing speed. Let us know which one you think truly changes the game. We are reading every single comment. 2. How does Panasonic's 90-mile range boost matter more for the Model 2's economics than for the Model Y's performance? Panasonic is now pursuing what could be their most ambitious EV battery leap yet, an anode-free design capable of increasing the Tesla Model Y's range by approximately 90 miles or 145 kilometers without increasing the pack size at all. Reuters reports that the Japanese giant, which is Tesla's longest-standing cell supplier, plans to commercialize this battery by late 2027, claiming it could deliver world-leading output. The core innovation lies in stripping away the anode, which frees up critical space for more cathode material, nickel, cobalt, and aluminum, potentially driving a 25% increase in energy density. On top of this, Panasonic is simultaneously targeting reduced reliance on nickel, which is one of the most expensive raw materials still heavily weighing down EV economics. If the technology performs as expected, Tesla could either push the Model Y's real-world range to unprecedented highs or install a smaller, lighter battery pack while maintaining the current range numbers. Both of these options dramatically change the cost curve, and both point directly to the Model 2. This is because batteries account for 30% to 40% of an EV's total cost, making it the single most decisive factor in hitting mass-market pricing. For the $25,000 Model 2, scheduled for 2026, shaving thousands of dollars off the battery pack while still delivering a respectable mid-range driving distance, something comfortably above 250 miles per charge, could be the difference between a niche product and a truly global, people's car. Musk's entire strategy has always been to scale affordable EVs the same way Ford scaled the Model T, and Panasonic's anode-free push fits perfectly into that overarching vision. If this is successfully commercialized by 2027, it aligns almost perfectly with the Model 2's global rollout window, allowing Tesla to swap sheer battery size for much smarter chemistry. Here is the most important detail that most people miss. Panasonic's anode-free cell is not just about boosting energy density. It also simplifies thermal management. Traditional lithium-ion anodes generate significant heat during fast charging, requiring complex and expensive cooling systems that can add up to $1,200 per vehicle. If the new chemistry can cut that heat generation by 30%, Tesla could potentially shrink the cooling hardware and save $300 to $400 per Model 2. That may sound like a small amount, but when you are aiming for a $25,000 EV with a 12% profit margin, every $100 saved adds a crucial 0.5% to the profit or allows Tesla to significantly undercut competitors like the $35,000 Chevy Equinox EV. To put those numbers into a clearer perspective, the U.S. Department of Energy estimates that every 1% gain in battery energy density can save about $100 per vehicle in raw material and packaging costs once scaled to mass production. If Panasonic's anode-free chemistry truly delivers the promised 25% density boost, that is equivalent to a potential $2,500 to $3,000 savings per car. Almost precisely the margin. Tesla needs to bring the Model 2 below that critical $25,000 price point while still maintaining strong profitability. In terms of range, U.S. buyers in the compact segment show an average comfort threshold of at least 250 miles, 402 kilometers, per charge, according to a Cox Automotive 2024 survey. With Panasonic's new cells, Tesla could easily stretch the Model 2 closer to 300 miles, 482 kilometers, without inflating the pack size, instantly removing one of the biggest objections currently holding back mainstream EV adoption. But there is a significant timing risk that nobody is discussing. Panasonic's 2027 commercialization timeline assumes zero production hiccups, which is overly optimistic given the industry's historical track record. Samsung SDI and LG Energy Solution both missed their solid-state battery targets by 18 to 24 months in recent years, due to persistent yield issues and dendrite formation problems. If Panasonic's anode-free cells experience similar delays, the Model 2 might be forced to launch in 2026 with conventional LFP or NMC cells. These cells are good enough for 250 miles, but not the 300-mile breakthrough that would truly set it apart from rivals like BYD's Seagull or Volkswagen's ID.2. That 50-mile gap could be what determines whether the Model 2 completely dominates or merely competes in the sub-$30,000 EV segment. Tesla is reportedly hedging its bets by dual-tracking KTL's M3P chemistry as a viable backup. But that introduces its own set of supply chain and geopolitical risks given the ongoing US-China trade tensions. Now, it's time for your prediction. Do you genuinely think Panasonic will deliver on time for the Model 2? Comment 2027 if you believe the 2027 launch is realistic, or share your specific concerns below. We want to know if you are feeling optimistic or skeptical about this particular battery breakthrough. 3. How could Tesla's door redesign fundamentally shift the Model 2 from the premium segment to a family-first safety standard? Tesla's door handle design has been heavily criticized after multiple reports of passengers becoming trapped during accidents, including devastating cases where first responders struggled to get victims out of burning cars. A thorough Bloomberg investigation uncovered 140 such incidents, some leading to severe injuries and even occurring in non-crash situations. Parents have lodged official complaints with the NHTSA, reporting they had to smash a window just to reach their children strapped inside after being locked out. Tesla's design chief, Franz von Holzhausen, recently conceded on Bloomberg's Hot Pursuit podcast that the company is now rethinking this core element, considering a unified button that would combine both the electronic and manual release. The main goal, he stated, is to make exits faster and more intuitive in high-stress panic situations where every single second is precious. That complete rethink could debut first on the Model 2, which is Tesla's most affordable and most family-focused vehicle to date. Unlike the Model 3 and Y, where the handles sit flush and rely heavily on electronic actuation with a hidden manual override, the Model 2 may adopt a much simpler, more obvious mechanism. For a mass-market car expected to be priced around $25,000 and aimed at typical households, usability and safety must take precedence over sleek minimalism. Families simply will not tolerate design quirks that confuse children or leave elderly relatives vulnerable in an emergency. And for Tesla, fixing this long-standing design flaw is more than just a safety upgrade. It's a way to prove that the Model 2 is not just a cheaper Tesla, but a smarter, more practical one. The redesign would signal a clear pivot away from premium gimmicks toward essential functional safety, potentially making the Model 2 stand out as the company's most user-friendly car to date. The regulatory pressure is building much faster than Tesla initially anticipated. The NHTSA is currently reviewing 3 separate petitions for recall investigations specifically related to Tesla's door latches, covering over 2.6 million vehicles. If the NHTSA issues a formal recall order, Tesla could face fines of $20,000 to $25,000 per vehicle for non-compliance, potentially amounting to billions in penalties if the issue spans across the Model S, X, 3, and Y fleets. More critically, a major recall would almost certainly delay Model 2 certification because any shared door mechanism components would immediately trigger additional safety reviews. Tesla is already working with tight timelines for 2026 production. A door-related recall could push the launch back 4 to 6 months, while engineers must redesign and recertify the entire system. That is exactly why von Holzhausen's podcast admission was not just a safety mea culpa. It was Tesla getting ahead of a potential regulatory crisis by publicly signaling a change before the NHTSA forces its hand. The bottom-line conclusion is simple. The Tesla Model 2 is the first vehicle where Musk is stress-testing his entire vertical integration thesis. AI is designing the core product. Next-generation batteries are fundamentally rewriting the economics, and a major safety rethinking could actually make legacy automakers look truly complacent. Are you concerned about anything regarding this model? If so, drop your biggest concern about the Model 2 in the comments section. We are reading every response because this conversation truly matters. If this detailed breakdown gave you insights you won't find anywhere else, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to AUO Fusion. We know you are part of the crew that saw the massive EV shift coming long before the mainstream media finally caught on.